Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Sean Diddy Combs, you are here for the indictment trial. Listen, let's get into it. The trial has started. We have Inner City Press. What's up, Brian, out there? Hi, Brian Trevor. We have the Inner City Press out here live tweeting. If you guys don't know, the Southern District of New York has said that it is impossible for any cameras to come in to the system. It is, in fact, punishable by imprisonment. There's nobody that can have a camera inside the court system. However, we do have Brian from the Inner City Press actually live tweeting from there. Let's get into this. They said Diddy has gotten led in. They are saying Sean Combs is led in by the U.S. Marshals in a tan uniform of MDC jail. They said his hair is silver gray. One thing we do know is Diddy's been using Beijing. Diddy's been using Just for Men. Who would have thought that a villain, well, then Rudy Giuliani was using Just for Men too. So let's get into this. You guys, if you're just joining, there is a direct live tweet from the federal courthouse in the Southern District of New York. No cameras are allowed in at all. However, any Inner City Press is always on the scene, and he is live tweeting everything that is happening, so you guys can't miss anything. I guarantee you, no matter what channel you're watching, CNN, Court TV, it doesn't matter. They are all getting their information from this guy. With no further ado, let's get into the Diddy mess, shall we? Okay. So if you guys are just joining us, Diddy was just led in. He is wearing a tan uniform and he has silver gray hair. So one thing we do know is he's been dyeing his hair, or it's been going gray with worry. All rise. Judge Arun Subramanian. Good afternoon, Mr. Combs. Diddy looked straight at the judge. Good afternoon, Your Honor. The judge. Have you seen the superseding indictment? Diddy. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, do you want me to read it out? Diddy looks at an officer of the law, the court, the judge, and says, I'm fine. Again, the judge says, do you want me to read it out? Diddy looks at the judge and says, I'm fine. The judge says, so you waive the public reading? Diddy, I do. Already, this little psychopath. Diddy, stop with your power and control. You are not running ish right now. You're running nothing. Please stop with the power and control. How does the judge say, do you want me to read it out loud? And you look at the judge and say, I'm cool. So the judge has said, so you're waiving the reading? I'm not doing this for your health, fool. I'm trying to give you your constitutional rights. Anyway, let's continue, okay? We'll talk about this all in a second. The judge said, I propose we administer jury questionnaires on April 28th, April 28th and 29th, maybe even the 30th. We'll come back for voir dire on May 5th. We'll talk about that. With an eye for starting trial on May 12th, as defense suggested. Then he says to the U.S. prosecutors, do you have anything to say? The U.S. prosecutor, Mitzi Steiner, says, that's helpful, Your Honor. Our focus is witness availability. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilio, jumps in and interrupts the prosecution because just like Diddy, he always has to be doing a power move. If you guys are just joining us, this is direct live tweeting from the trial. We have, of course, Inner City Press out there doing the thing. Anybody that you're listening to, they have this guy in the courtroom. He is giving everybody information. So you are not going to get more from anywhere else, okay? Because he is the source. Okay, so anyway, Mark Agnifilio being Mark Agnifilio, this is live tweeting, it is happening right now. Mark Agnifilio being Mark Agnifilio is, Yana, we like to sequester a sequestered voir dire. Sequestered means that the juries are kind of like they can't go, we'll explain voir dire, what Diddy's trying to prove and why Diddy thinks this is going to be a power move. Spoiler alert, it's not. CNN just called Diddy the biggest liar in the world, but we'll get to that. Let's get into the live tweeting. There will be breaks in between tweets, so we can talk about it then. Okay, so anyway, Mark Agnifilio interrupts the U.S. attorney. Yana, we'd like to sequester voir dire. The judge, okay, we'll do that. Next is defense discovery. You'd like to do something like an Eisenberg case? That's a criminal crypto case, okay, which also Inner City Press actually covered. The judge, prosecutors, on the CNN video, is there an issue with it? Are you going to use it? Mr. Agnifilio says there's a motion incoming. The U.S. attorney interrupts. Your Honor, we want their Rule 17 subpoena returns to understand what they have. Our view is that the video is, in fact, direct evidence. And now you see why Diddy is doing all these insane things in the media. Lies, lying. Because even the judge is hearing about it before they go to court. This is direct evidence of the way Diddy is desperate to jury tamper. But let's continue. Okay, so a new tweet just came in. Let's get into this. The judge, am I to understand we do not have the original security video? The U.S. attorneys, Your Honor, we have the CNN and a recording of the original footage. The judge, so will you confer with the defense to agree on which video will be used at trial? You're not trying to mislead anyone, are you? The U.S. Attorney's Office. Judge, of course not. Why would the judge say that to the U.S. attorneys? I'm not doubting the judge's validity, but why are they always pro Diddy? But you're not trying to mislead anyone. Your Honor, if I am sure Mark Agnifilio will file a motion for sanctions, so you don't ever got to worry about that. Mark Agnifilio interrupts. Your Honor, a source gave CNN hotel footage. CNN ran that footage through a free editing software. Your Honor, our expert says that changed the nature of the action, making it up to double time quicker. They took things out of sequence, took out the timestamps. Is it really Mark Agnifilio's whole defense that horrible video we saw of Cassie and Diddy, that he beat her slower than we expected? You expect us to, how's that going to play at the juries to be like, this brutal beating that took 5 minutes, it was actually over 15 minutes. Joke's on you, Cassie, liar. Is that your strategy, to say that he beat her in slow motion, and somehow if a punch lands 1 and then you do a 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, is it me? You're still getting beat. If anything, slow motion makes you sound like more of a psychopath, and makes you sound like you did even worse, because let's be real, usually in Fist of Fury, when you stop, you calm down. That means you had time to calm down, time to normalize, time to consider before you threw the next punch, and you still kept raining it down. What did you do? You stomped her. 1, boom, boom, bop. 2, boom, boom, bop. I'm confused. How is this helping Diddy in any way, shape, or form? I don't know, but baby, we love to see it. Anyway, you guys just joining us, we are live tweeting directly from, we have our the man of the hour, the Inner City Press. He is the one live tweeting that everybody is actually getting their stories and news coverage from, because if you don't know, the Southern District of New York has made it completely illegal to video record or even voice record anything that actually happens in the courtroom and disseminate them publicly. All right, let's get back into the live tweeting, shall we? So basically, where are we? Mark Agnifilio is making a fool of himself, and he's literally, his whole defense is he beat Cassie slower, but don't worry, because Cassie loved it. Cassie enjoyed it. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Victor Wiggins. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. Wiggins. Much appreciated indeed. Again, I don't know. Is it me? Am I the problem? Because I actually don't know how this helps Diddy's case, but you know what? Hey, what do I know? Anyway, right? Anyway, Mark Agnifilio continues. Your Honor, we say the video is deceptive. We'll bring that before Your Honor. The judge looks at Mark Agnifilio, coldly evaluating him. Counselor, a possible solution would be to slow it down or put it in the right sequence. You may want to block it even if it's totally accurate, try to come to a compromise. The judge takes another deep sigh. Why do we need two sets of motions? Diddy's lawyer, other lawyer Shapiro, butts in. We propose to file March 19th, the judge, before she even finishes. So ordered. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilio. Yana, we want to identify the people on the 404B letter. Could you extend your order about the enterprise letter to that, Your Honor? The district attorney jumps in. The U.S. prosecutor jumps in. Your Honor, the 413 notice has to put the defense on motion. Diddy's lawyer, Shapiro, interjects again. Your Honor, this is under seal. The judge takes another long breath. And this discussion, too? The U.S. prosecutor. Your Honor, we can refer to the letter. The U.S. Diddy's attorneys. But we're going to be more vague about it. If you guys don't know, Mark Agnifilio and also Shapiro are appearing. The U.S. Attorney's Office has had enough. They interject. Your Honor, the notice just tees up for motion practice on if they will be allowed to testify. Many of these individuals who may never get their day in court are incredibly frightened by having their names disclosed to the defense. If you guys don't know, this is live tweeting. He has taken a break because there is a conversation going on. As soon as he tweets some more, we will read it. We expect it to be in the next 30 seconds. But let's talk about this right now. In this, Diddy wants the witness list. Now, oddly enough, Diddy is fighting the prosecution, saying that he doesn't need to give them any information, but they want the witness list. The feds are like, listen, normally we would give you the witness list. And anyway, we're giving you the witness list March 17th or March 19th. We already gave you the enterprise letter, which is a superseding indictment. It hasn't been made public. However, there were two filings on March 14th, as they promised us and as was expected. There were, and on March 12th too, there were two filings under seal of court. That was the enterprise letter. So even though Diddy's team has not announced it, they know exactly who Diddy's co-conspirators are. They know what the charges are, and they know specifically why. That is why Diddy has stopped this foolish thing of, no, tell me more. Because Diddy now has, baby, you know what they say, you got what you asked for, but not what you wanted. Now Diddy is demanding that he get a list of witness names. That usually happens during discovery and a little bit later. He wants it all now. The government is saying, no way, because you're just going to harass and bully these people. So many people are afraid of the fact that you're going to find out that they're flipping on you. Again, the U.S. Attorney's Office, when it was headed by Damian Williams, said months ago, if you are not a witness, you are a co-conspirator. Now that they have added in forced labor, although some people rolled their eyes, Diddy didn't. Forced labor combined with a RICO charge carries a minimum of 20 years, maximum a lifetime in jail. Diddy has at least one forced labor charge. But when you take that on its own, it's 20 years to life. When you combine it with the RICO, it becomes a maximum sentence. Let's also not forget that any of Diddy's co-conspirators that are convicted under the RICO will also be facing that lifetime sentence from forced labor. People have said that the prosecution did add it because they wanted to put pressure on some of the co-conspirators to flip and turn witness, saying, I know that you're trying to protect Diddy, but are you willing to bet that you won't go to jail for it? Because if he is convicted all this, we are pushing for him to be in jail in life. And under a RICO charge, everybody gets charged with the same stuff and everybody will have the same jail sentence. It was an astute move. Some people say that it's unfair, but in this case, I'll let it slide. Anyway, let's get back into this, right? The judge says, if you guys don't notice, so just to pick up where we left off, the U.S. attorney was like, listen, this tees up to a motion practice. Your Honor, many of these individuals who may never get their day in court are incredibly frightened by having their names disclosed to the defense. The judge says, all right, Mr. Agnifilio or Miss Shapiro, those were both Diddy's lawyers, do you need the identities for the motion? Mark Agnifilio interrupts the judge. Your Honor, I think we do. The attacks don't usually relate to entirely legal issues. We don't want to have our hand behind our back. Some of them we know. And therein lies with, now let me just say, right? We're waiting for the next tweet to come in. This is real time directly from the Southern District of New York. As we said, I find one of the more interesting things that everybody is talking about. I find one of the more interesting things that everybody's talking about is the fact that at the end of the day, Mark Agnifilo, to me, is playing a losing battle. As much as people are trying to act like this is charges, everybody in the entertainment industry does it with the prostitute and overstate lines, baby, you better count your days if you are, because this is 100% the classic definition of sex trafficking, forced labor, and all that other stuff, okay? The prosecution has an airtight defense. Diddy's only hope is to find out who's testifying, hoping that the baby oil bandits can literally Justin can crawl up on Christian shoulders. They can put on a Carmen Sandiego hat and a detective trench coat and go around playing like they are the boogeyman, trying to get people to keep their mouths shut. It's going to be harder and harder and harder because the government has been firm. If you're not a witness, you are a co-conspirator. Co-conspirators are facing life in jail once they added that, say it with me, class, once they added the forced labor charge. Again, live tweeting has resumed. Judge Submarinian says, okay, I'm going to order the government to provide the names on Monday. For an attorney eyes only basis. Motion practice starts Wednesday. Again, what did the judge just agree to? The judge has said that Diddy will get the witness list by Monday. However, it is for attorney eyes only. That means it will be a sealed document. Right now, Diddy knows his co-conspirators. Right now, Diddy knows his exact charges. He has that enterprise letter. It just hasn't been released to the public. It probably will be released the 17th or the 19th of March, okay? However, Diddy now wants a witness list. Now, the witness list is not people that are guaranteed to testify. They are witnesses that the prosecution is saying, okay, but if we might need you. So it's everybody that could testify, that would testify, that is ready and willing. To me, this is the list that Diddy is going to use to torture everybody and to intimidate. Anyway, right? The judge just said, okay, I'm going to order the government to provide the names on Monday. Again, Diddy's team will try to spin that as a win. It's not a win. They already were going to have to provide this on March 17th. Hold on. Is Monday, March 17th? It is. So don't even believe the cap that this is a win for Diddy and he's getting anything earlier. The government told us weeks ago when Diddy's team was like, no, you have to tell us what you know by March 7th. The judge said, prosecutors said, first of all, back up, Diddy. Second of all, stop breathing in my face. Third of all, calm down. We'll give you the list on March 17th. You're the one that went at the May 5th deadline. Don't try to act like now things are slowing down. Normally, the calendar was set for March 17th. That's when you'll get it. Mark Agnifilo, Bill Diddy, no, Your Honor, making up stuff, throwing out there. What ended up happening? Diddy got all the information in the government said you will get the witness list the 17th and you will get the superseding indictment enterprise letter, which is the scope of the RICO and your co-conspirators. You'll get it on March the 12th. And look at God's glory. Look at God's glory. Oh, I just want to praise you. Sometimes, every time when I look up above, right? Look at God's glory. You got exactly what they said. This is a stunning reversal of fortune, and this goes against all the PR that Mark Agnifilo and Diddy's team are trying to spread. Diddy is down bad right now. Let's also not forget that Anthony RICO literally quit the case because he said Diddy's not prepared. This should be moved back. It's moving too fast, and Diddy doesn't have all his ducks in a row. Mark Agnifilo has somehow, I believe, convinced Diddy that he can bluff his way into being found not guilty. All Diddy has now is jury tampering. But let's continue, shall we? Sorry to interrupt my own live tweeting. Um, okay. Mark Agnifilo said, Your Honor, we need it now. We don't want our hands tied behind our back. If I was at U.S. Attorney's Office, I would just feel like, oh, anyway, right? The judge said, okay, I'm going to order the government to provide the names on Monday on an attorney eyes only basis. Motion practice starts Wednesday. U.S. Attorney Steiner. Your Honor, another option is for us to move first on March 19th. And then they'd have till March 26th. The judge, now listen, the reason why she said that is because this is attorney mind games. They are trying to let Diddy's team know, oh, B, you thought we was scared? We ain't never been scared. This is the equivalent of the attorneys coming in and putting on, knock if you butt, knock if you butt. See, I'm a down, pistol holding. Like, this is the attorney is ready for all the heat and they want all the smoke. And they said, as a matter of fact, Your Honor, we can go first and that will give the defense more time to prepare because we know you need to prepare because we know you're not ready. But guess who is? Guess who was? Guess who will always be? Oh, that's right, us. Y'all, it's wild what's going on right now, right? Okay, so the judge interjects because the judge knows that now the U.S. attorney is just like ducking on Diddy's team, just letting them know, B, we ready. When you ready, come on, Zoe, serve them fools. Shout out to the Proud family. The judge looks at the U.S. attorney's office and says, no, it's 4 days, okay? Now, the U.S. attorney's office gives a smug look to Diddy's team. That's right. The judge. Counselors, next pretrial conference is April 25th. If we need more after that, we can do that. She gives a pointed look to Diddy's team. Because everybody knows, y'all, you're the only ones not prepared. And Diddy thinks these social media antics, he somehow thinks he's going to gaslight a nation and gaslight the jury. Baby, we love to see it. This is going to be a clown show, and we love to see it. The U.S. Attorney's Office interjects. So anyway, the judge says, counselors, next pretrial conference is April 25th. If we need more than that, we can do it. The U.S. Attorney. Your Honor, the government intends to produce 3,500 on a daily basis as we get closer to trial. They are saying that each day they are giving Diddy's team 3,500 pieces of evidence to look through. This is a classic government technique of bury them in paperwork. I'll get to that in a second, but let's get to the end of this. The judge said, I saw some nods from the back. Mark Agnifilo interjects, Your Honor, that's fine. Look at him. He's speechless. Diddy is probably sitting there looking at Mark like, you know, Diddy's thing, like just looking crazy. So why is this such a power move? Because this is why people don't like going up against the government. On top of an unlimited budget, on top of the fact that people usually believe the government is honest. I mean, I don't know what's happened lately, but people usually believe the government is honest and they are willing to give the government the benefit of the doubt. Even though it's innocent before proven guilty, when the government is saying you're guilty, jurors typically operate from, no, you're guilty. Let's see if you prove if you can't. It's not fair, but it's what happens. So what is actually going on? Well, it's funny. So the government, one of the tricks the government typically uses, especially in federal cases, is the paperwork swamp. See, here's the thing. It costs time and it costs money to sort through evidence. There is all you have to do is give them everything you ever looked at. There's no law you have to give it orderly. There's no law you have to surmise or give cliff notes. You have to give all evidence. So what the government does is the government will get warehouses full of evidence. Evidence could be a Pizza Hut receipt we looked at in 1993. Evidence can be literally anything. They get warehouses and fill them with evidence. To the government, everything we see and touch is evidence. And then when it's time for discovery, the government bogs the defense time into discovery because you have to look through every single piece of paper in 3 warehouses full of documents, boxes, videos. You have to take the time to look through everything, and you have to do it in time to be ready for court. If you can't find a needle in a haystack, if you can't find the needle in the document swamp, that's not the government's problem. This is a classic ploy of the government. They do it all the time. And Diddy is now getting. Now, normally, it's more annoying than anything because you have time to look through everything and you can keep asking the judge, Your Honor, can we get a continuation? We're still going through the discovery. Can we get a continuation? However, Diddy's team has demanded that come hell or high water, May 5th is the date that they go to trial. May 5th, at the latest, they just changed it to May 12th because they're saying they need 7 more days. The government is being smug saying, Your Honor, we're giving them 3,500 pieces of evidence every day. What's the problem? Do you know the level of paralegals or legal document reviewers, which either are paid lawyers or paralegals, that you would need to do to go through the evidence, catalog it, and then figure out what its legal precedence is in the greater framework? It's a lot of work. This is costing Diddy millions just to go through. But at the end of the day, like the U.S. attorney said, Diddy, this was your choice. So don't cry now. You got what you asked for, but not what you wanted. Anyway, so the U.S. attorney's office is being smug. All right. Listen. And that's why Mark Agnifilo is just sitting there mad, that's fine. Anyway, right? The U.S. attorney says, Your Honor, they've told us that they will not seek a trial delay. This just came in, remember? Sorry, I thought that was a mosquito. I think it is. Sorry, guys. So the U.S. attorney's office literally just said, Your Honor, again, they're rubbing it in Mark Agnifilo's face. They told us that they will not seek a trial delay, right? Mark Agnifilo interjects, Your Honor, there's no application with regard to the trial date. We recently came into possession of a lot of medical records. We want an expert on prescription medicines. The judge says, okay, really? And I know what the defense is saying. I know what the U.S. attorney's office is saying. So does that mean you want an extension or not? Because you're the one that wanted this whole May 5th thing because you thought, again, one of the reasons Mark Agnifilo wanted that May 5th, because he played the game. He said, listen, I don't think they have a case. Don't forget that Diddy wasn't supposed to be arrested back then. They were still doing and researching and interviewing, and they were building an evidence thing. The government only moves when it's close, okay? Diddy, they found out, was intimidating witnesses, doing all this stuff, out of this, that, and the third. So they're like, no, we're putting you in jail. Mark Agnifilo said, well, how about this? Because Mark Agnifilo said, I have it on good authority that they have not even investigated 1/10 of what they needed to do. The judge was like, okay, so what you want to do? Mark Agnifilo told Diddy, yo, just calm down. I got you. Listen, here's what we're going to do. You tell them that you're waiving your right to speedy trial. That you're demanding your right to speedy trial. Most people waive it because it gives them more time to prepare the defense. Say that you want the speedy trial. It is in Constitution, if you guys don't know, that you have to bring people in front of a judge, I believe, within a certain amount of time, or else they must release you. This goes to the core of our Constitution when we bucked against the UK, because what they used to do over there in jolly good England is they would imprison you forever. And you would be like, yo, when am I going in front of the judge? Don't worry about it. Eat your slop. Eat your peas and fish and chips, right? And they would just keep people in jail forever. And the people would die in jail, never get to see a magistrate, which is what they call judges over there. When we started our ish in America, I remember when we had lofty ideals, but we had slaves too. So I guess it was always a shit show, right? They just had better PR, right? So they said, listen, you cannot seize someone's body, which is habeas corpus. You cannot seize someone's body without actually letting them go to trial. That is unconstitutional, okay? So this is where the speedy trial comes in, right? So that's your right to a speedy trial. They just can't keep you forever. You have to go in front of a judge in front of a certain amount, or they must release you. Now, so Diddy's lawyer was like, shh, Diddy, just listen to me. I can't whisper Mark out. Diddy, you got to listen to me. Here's what we're going to do. Tell them you want the speedy trial. I know for a fact they're not done their investigation. They don't have any charges to levy at you. This ain't gonna stick. Let's rush them to court. They won't have a strong case. The government doesn't like having egg on its face. If they don't have a strong case, they gonna have to let you go. All right? Listen, I got you. Yes, and then you can sue them for that raid. Remember when they were kicking Baby Love's unicorn across the floor and ripping open her Care Bears? They gonna pay for all that. But first, let's do the speedy trial. Diddy was like, all right, bet. They ain't got nothing. Mark Philly was like, trust me, they got nothing. Cut to the government being like, baby, yes, you did cut our investigation short, but we don't need everything. We do not need everything, baby. We got you on 4 charges that can put you and everybody you love in jail for life. You should just be thankful that they don't have a kindergarten jail because Baby Love's butt will be there too, right? So now Diddy's panicking. He bought on Anthony RICO. Anthony RICO saw the level of Diddy's case, which Diddy's whole bet is that the government will be less prepared than he is. He's losing that bet. Anthony RICO took one look at the case and was like, yeah, no, y'all not going to have me out here looking stupid. I don't have enough time to prepare. I don't feel comfortable. I can't really get in touch with Diddy. Forget it. Now, this again is why Agnifilio is now saying, Your Honor, there's no application with regard to trial date. So Mark Agnifilio is trying not to look stupid in front of Diddy, but he's also trying to walk the trial date back just a couple of weeks. But if you're that unprepared, it's like you didn't study for the test. You really think you are going to cram the whole semester of work into an extra week? I mean, I guess it might give you a few points, but baby, we ain't going by points. We are going by guilty or innocent. All right. Anyway, they said that, let's get back into this. Sorry. Okay. Yana, we recently came into possession of a lot of medical records. We want an expert on prescription medicines. What are you trying to say? What's your thing? You're going to try to say Cassie was sprung over Diddy? We already heard that Diddy's nickname is Itty Bitty Diddy. Now, I don't know why they call him Itty Bitty Diddy, but they said that he loved watching people get blanked by blank, blank, blank that looked blank, blank when white fingernails were blank, blankly, blank, blank, blank. That's all I can say because maybe this is a PG show, but you get what I'm saying. So now they're trying to say, are you trying to say that Cassie was so into the itty bitty Diddy that she turned you out? I will laugh my ass off if Diddy shows up in jail and his whole defense is Cassie's the real mastermind. And I'm sure Mark Agnifilio, he's already started with this gross mess. She liked it. I saw the video. First of all, you perverts. And second of all, do you not know what abuse looks like? Is that why people don't believe that, that's like saying my ancestors were not enslaved people because every now and then they rose up in joyous song and made something good out of cornbread, watermelon, and the greens that were on the ground. Yes, they found joy in life, but this does not mean that I am not a descendant of enslaved people because you can find one picture where everybody was smiling. Anyway, let's get into this, right? The judge has now said, very well, counsel, adjourned. You guys, so what do we have from this? Diddy is an idiot. He is losing big time. But more importantly, what do we have here? Well, at the end of the day, Diddy is playing a dangerous game. And by dangerous, I mean dumb. And by dumb, I mean I love to see it because I love the fact that Diddy is making a fool of himself. Case in point. A lot of people think that Mark Agnifilio is playing 3D legal chess. Baby, he is not even playing checkers. He is playing Connect 4, kindergartner edition. Because let me tell you something. All these false claims that Mark Agnifilio keeps spitting out, I know he thinks that he is tampering the jury or putting false narratives, but he is proven false over and over and over. Case in point, Mark Agnifilio filed a motion saying that CNN, this is CNN, that literally has to protect themselves from lawsuits. One of the biggest media places ever. Bought Cassie's video of the horrible thing. And CNN took the video and ran it through a free video editor. So you ran it through the free version of CapCut. You expect us to believe that CNN even keeps free editors? Ran it through the free version of CapCut and then edited it so it sped up. So Diddy's whole defense is he beat Cassie slow motion. Like, good job, Diddy. They are going to say, first of all, this is all a lie. But second of all, even the lie, they sped it up. So you had time to calm down, think about your actions, do whatever. And instead you were like, boom, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, you methodically and slowly, that goes beyond beating. That turns into torturing someone. It makes you sound even more psychotic, Diddy. Why would you do that? On top of that, why would you expect us to believe that CNN, it's like saying that like the Federal Reserve didn't print $1 bills. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It makes no sense. And already I knew this Mark Agnifilio. He is known, Diddy's team is known for saying the most outrageous lies. It started with the fact of Diddy's attorney-client privilege papers were stolen. Then you come to find out that they weren't it. It was his to-do list. Apparently Diddy was making a to-do list, threaten and harass victims. They say these grandiose lies and then they're proven to be lies and they just shrug their shoulders like, oh, well, moving on. Again, some people think that's astute. I think it's a boy that cries wolf. I think that right now the judge can't stand Diddy because Mark Agnifilio made Diddy look stupid. I'm sorry, Mark Agnifilio made the judge look stupid when the judge ruled on something that didn't exist, okay? The U.S. prosecutors just let it happen because they said, first of all, we don't even need that to-do list. We already know what your to-do list is because we're monitoring all your communications and we are monitoring all the communications of your co-conspirators. So I guess go off, King, right? But also even for the CNN footage. And I said this in a prior video. Spoiler alert, I'm going to read the statement. CNN has called Diddy a liar. Actually, let's get into the CNN statement. Then I'll give my little 2 cents, right? Diddy claimed that CNN took free software, edited the video, and then destroyed the original, which, why would CNN do that? That is media and ratings gold. You could remix. And anyone that's a content creator, and make no mistake, CNN is in it for the clicks and the views. They are content creators, would remix that every way through Saturday to Sunday. Every time they said something, they would show the Diddy video live and uncut. That is ratings gold. Why would you throw that away? Anyway, CNN has a statement. To Diddy saying that in legal documents and all the Diddy apologists being like, see, there's a conspiracy. The only conspiracy is, anyway, they said, this is CNN. CNN never altered the video and did not destroy the original copy of the footage, which was retained by the source. Now, what I do want to know is, who is the source? That's what I want to know. Who exactly is the source? Hold on, y'all. Did y'all lose me? Okay, we're back. What I want to know, honestly, is who's the source? Because whoever the source is, it's obviously someone that works at the hotel. They said, CNN has never altered the video and did not destroy the original copy of the footage, which was retained by the source. CNN aired the story about the video several months before Diddy was arrested. Diddy is also trying to say that CNN is now working with the prosecutors to take him down. No, Diddy, you're just evil, and the townsfolk always unite, whether they want to or not, to take down evil. Remember Beauty and the Beast when Gaston got linked up with all his friends and was like, bet, let's go get Belle. And then he got there and Belle was like, no, don't hurt him. And Gaston was like, I'm confused. Did he not kidnap you? Did he not leave your dad sick? Did all that? And you, what? All right, Belle. All right. What was Gaston's whole issue also? Why did they make him in the movie, the villain in the movie? The kidnapper, which was Beast in Beauty and the Beast, That was the villain. The kidnapper that treated her so bad that she literally imagined that like teacups and candlestick holders were her friends. Talking about there's something great and something good and something that I never thought was understood. But now okay, I'm going off on a tangent, but my whole point of the matter is Gaston's only sin was he was a hot piece, and every girl wanted him in the village, but he only had eyes for Belle. Meanwhile, Belle is literally gaslighting herself, talking to candle holders and teacups that this beast is a good man. One day, Beauty and the Beast is going to pay for their sins and their role in domestic violence and people being dusties and everything else. One day, they were the original Pick Me Bible. I don't care what y'all got to say. One day, Beauty and the Beast will be held accountable. All right? And anyway, let's get into this, right? So anyway, so what was I saying? Diddy. I was dragging Diddy somehow. It'll come back to me. Don't worry, Diddy. I'm going to get this one off before the live is over. Anyway, Diddy's trying to say that CNN is in cahoots with the prosecution. Much like Beauty and the Beast, when it's time to take down the Beast, baby, the townspeople link up. But no, they were not lurking together. They just linked up. Anyway, right? Douglas Wigdor, Cassie's lawyer, made a statement. He said, it's not surprising Diddy will make a disingenuous argument to exclude the disturbing video from being shown in the jury in the upcoming trial. I'm confident that the video fairly and accurately represents what happened, and it will be admitted into evidence, and Diddy will be held accountable for his depravity. Now, let me tell y'all something, because I will stand by this 100%. Drink something. I'm trying to hydrate. Forcing myself to drink water, I'm even putting lemon in it. Ugh, times are hard. Anyway, right? My whole point of the matter is, Diddy's still an idiot, because hear me out. I know a lot of people are acting like this video is going to be a game changer, and Diddy thinks this video is going to be a game changer, but just hear me out. Do you know what could be an even bigger game changer? Do you know what could be an even bigger game changer? You're very beautiful but highly pregnant ex waddling up to the witness stand, rubbing her stomach, looking back at her husband, who looks good, looking back at her husband, unsure, and seeing all the kids be like, hey, mommy. I doubt she'll have her kids in the court, but because there's a little bit too much drama. But looking back for reassurance from your husband, who's sitting there like a handsome rock in the front, nodding, right? And you rubbing your stomach, waddling and sitting down and saying, getting sworn in. Cassie Ventura, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? I do. And then we see Cassie's beautiful, highly pregnant self on the stand, breaking down in tears, telling us how Diddy beat her. Diddy used her as a rag doll. Diddy did all this stuff. And then once that's done, the prosecution airs that dumb apology video that Diddy did. The prosecution airs an apology video of Diddy apologizing for what? Do we really need the video? Your biggest problem is Cassie. I hope Cassie's someplace safe, because I'm sure Diddy knows this too. Your biggest problem, dummy, is your beautiful ex, highly pregnant, breaking down in tears, detailing how you beat her to the white meat. That's your problem, dummy, not the video. Your problem, dummy, is the fact that you apologize, dummy. Your problem is that we have a million footage collectively in pop culture lexicon of you being an absolute psycho on Making of the Band. Dummy, that is your problem. That's your problem, Diddy. So how are you going to solve that? Oh, you can't see the video. I don't need the video. I see Cassie breaking down in tears. What do I actually need the video for? Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know. Is it just me? I think it might be. Again, Diddy just doesn't understand that the game has changed, and Mark Agnifilio is busy telling him that he can, sorry guys, this air conditioning and these mosquitoes are kicking my butt. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tisa. Go subscribe. I have nightly arguments with my air conditioner and I hate central air, but I also hate, it gets too humid sometimes. And I have nightly arguments with these mosquitoes that won't leave me alone. True, I can stop eating cookies and stuff and making my blood taste so sweet, but I refuse to. Anyway, you guys. Oh, thank you also. Cooking. What's up, girl? Cooking with edible. Let me put you up on the screen. I know I have you somewhere. But anyway, cooking with, hold on, I'm looking for the thing. Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian Tavers has become a member level. Tattletales, thank you for becoming a Tattletales family member. Oh, who do we have right here? There we go. Cooking Edible Dragon, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. I appreciate that. So anyway, right? Let's get into, I'm going to have to turn the air on in a second. This is too much, right? Listen, at the end of the day, right? Diddy is done for. And Diddy's team is not thinking. And Mark Agnifilo is telling Diddy everything he wants to hear. I find it odd that Diddy, after years of torturing people, as now he's being scammed and conned, in my opinion, by Mark Agnifilo. How much do you think Mark Agnifilo's got so much? You know, every time they get a motion, discovery, Diddy is paying, I would imagine, millions a month. Before he even got arrested, he was paying an estimated $180,000 a week on legal costs. I'm not going to break it down for those of y'all that don't believe it, but trust me, this is not a traffic ticket court, baby. He is paying for the best of the best and law firms working round the clock. So, yeah, listen. Yes, I'm dealing with heat and these mosquitoes, they find me out of nowhere. And they're always like, no, we've sprayed for mosquitoes. If you've sprayed for mosquitoes, then why at least twice a week is there one that is stalking me and just me? But anyway, listen. Somebody said, those mosquitoes got good taste. Those mosquitoes, I'm going to see them in hell. Thank you so much, The Hood Rilla. I appreciate that. And also, Myrna, what's up, Myrna? Mirla Shively said, Diddy is a complete savage. Keep us updated, Tisa. I rely on you, girl. Oh, thank you, Myrna. Diddy is a complete savage. But you know what I will say? Everybody has to accept when their time is done. Nobody holds on to power forever. Some people are able to bring, especially, well, if you go into the times of the philosopher king, right? They held on to power because they gave unprecedented peace and prosperity for their people. They were renowned through history. If you could be under the rule of a philosopher king, baby, that's when, well, at least Western civilization moved. No, there were kings everywhere. Moved forward, okay? But most likely when it comes to power, we have people, the tyranny of evil men, and they use anything, desperateness, viciousness, horrible brutality to hold on to their power. But no matter how just and right somebody is, or how evil and tyrannical they are, nobody can hold on to power forever. And one of the points of a good leader, and not even a leader, of somebody truly powerful, is learning how to phase out once you see your power waning. It does not serve you to hold on to power. Like, it's like, you know, like you're a child trying to like eat, you know, breastfeed from your mom. No. You must learn how to cycle into a different role, but not as powerful. Diddy hasn't realized the gig is up. He hasn't realized that his reign of terror is over. So he's still operating like he's running shit. He is operating like this is a temporary inconvenience and not the death knell to life as he knows it. And not just to him, but to all his children. All those grown men that he literally clipped their wings to keep under his control. He has not realized that through his own tyrannical depravity, he ruined Justin, Quincy, Christians' lives. Hopefully they can recover, right? Because as much as we look at what Diddy did to everything else, what you think he did? Like, do people think that the alcoholic that's brawling in the street goes home and they're Father of the Year? Do people really think that somebody that is putting hits out on people goes home and they're a loving husband? Again, look at Tony Soprano, and that was fictional, right? But my whole point of the matter is Diddy has ruined his twins' lives, Chance's life, Baby Love's life. Yo, you know who, in my opinion, or at least it changed it irreparably. Hopefully they will be strong enough and talented enough to separate themselves from the toxic upbringing that I suspect they had. But at the end of the day, you, through your own selfish depravity, ruined so many people's lives. You know who I think? How do you think Baby Love's mom feels right now? I'm asking for a friend. How do you think she feels? Because, hear me out. Back then, I'm sure she felt like she won the lottery. You just got lifetime child support by a generous, from the outside looking in, you just got lifetime child support from a generous billionaire. You literally were put on the Kim Porter plan. Because if you guys don't notice, that girl, more than anyone, more than Young Miami, Joy Chava, everybody else that was around Diddy, that girl, Dana Tran, was in all the videos. The kids loved her. She was always on the boat. She was the Kim Porter treatment. You are Diddy's new ride or die, and you are the mother of Baby Love. I think that she was like, oh, I'm about to get the Kim Porter treatment. This is before we knew that the Kim Porter treatment was stir echoes, right? Key and Peele horror movie. This is when we thought the Kim Porter treatment was like, well, it's unconventional, but if you being treated good, who am I to judge, right? That's when we thought that the Kim Porter treatment wasn't like a horror movie. So she thought she was about to get the Kim Porter treatment. You got lifetime child support by a billionaire who is very generous to his children and keeps them well-clothed, well-fed, and seemed to be a very loving father. I think she thought she hit the jackpot. And you get invited to the best parties. You up there having barbecues with Diddy's, well, not good friend, but great business associate. I swear to God, when I catch this mosquito. Y'all remember that Daniel Day-Lewis movie, There Will Be Blood? Baby, when I catch this mosquito, it is on. It is on. Anyway, right? It's taunting me, just trying to creep closer. I got my eye on you. Anyway, right? I think that Dana Tran was like, I think she thought she was like, ooh, wee. You get invited to barbecues with Diddy's not good friend, but good business associate, Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? You know, you probably had visions of having photo shoots with Blue Ivy holding on to Baby Love. You already chilling with Kimora Lee and Aoki. What's Aoki up to? Has yacht season started? I'm joking. She a good girl. She's going to quit modeling and go into politics, right? So anyway, I know this is so chaotic. The mosquito heard me talking shit and came for their death knell. It's cool. Anyway, make sure it's not hiding on me. Anyway, yeah, all that stuff, right? I can't believe the mosquito heard me talking trash. Anyway, she had all this stuff, and now you are stuck with Diddy. You're stuck with Diddy. You're stuck with a small, sad little man, his little pot belly and his silver gray hair, evil, mean, still demanding you do freak-offs when he gets out. And you got to bring the little Debbies. He can't even afford catering anymore. You got to bring the little Debbies and go in your own pocket to bring over some Chick-fil-A, because guess what? He gets hungry after a freak-off. Y'all, I don't know. If I was Dana Tran, I'd be like, damn. There's a thing like, there's phases of a man. Women, y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe men feel the same way with women. There's phases to a man. And you always want to catch him when he's on the up or when he's stabilized, right? And imagine you see him do all these great things, but when it's your turn to have him, not only is he on the way down, he about to do life in prison. He gonna be texting you, telling you to put money on his books because he needs to. Because Debo said that if he don't give him 200 packs of top ramen by the end of the day, that's his ass, literally and figuratively. He is going to be literally, yo, I need it. Where's the money? Where's the MF money? You now have a baby by a man that you're going to have to support. And for those of y'all saying, oh, he probably hid money. He probably did. And I know the feds are like, did he? What's going on? Why Baby Love got on a new pair of Jordans? Where'd that money come from? Didn't we freeze all the accounts? I'm telling you, federal investigators are the biggest haters in the world. And I say that with a lot of love. They be sitting there on your social media, like, the twins, where'd they get some boho braids? Is that human hair? They got boho locks. Human, what? Nah. What? Where'd they get this new car from? Literally, they be on there, literally talking trash and be the biggest haters of the world, looking for every single penny that they can. That's why honest to goodness, I feel sorry for the family because it's hard to hide money when you got the feds watching you. And how much money are you honestly going to hide? Baby, this is not the Shawshank Redemption where it's not even, this ain't a movie where you have billions and you play poor for your whole life and then go and dig it up. That is not fun. The whole point of money is to spend it. If you cannot spend it, then what's the point of having money? If you are convicted and your kids got to work at Burger King for the rest of their life, does it make you, when you got to clock in for the shift and be like, good evening, welcome to Burger King. How may you have it your way? A Whopper, crispy chicken, and extra large flurry. Okay. Good evening, welcome to Burger King, where you can have it your way. What is the point of having to clock in, do all that, living like just regular stuff, be excluded and mocked if you know you got $1 billion under a tree? If you can't access it, what are we doing? You see what I'm saying? If I got money but I don't have access to it, then what are we really doing? I don't have money. I actually think it's like Better Call Saul. I actually think that's even more of a death sentence for your soul when you know that there is $1 billion, but you can't touch it because if you do, the federal government is going to take it. I guess you can leave it for the great grandkids. I guess. I don't know, y'all. Also, really quick, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Oh, who gave a thing? B Crumbs. B Crumbs, you guys, thank B Crumbs for gifting 5 memberships to the Title Tells family. You guys see Michelle received one. Just Mom 225. Maltese Mommy. Valerie McGee. Woohoo. Okay. BC. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Anyway, oh wait, I do have citronelle candles. I'm gonna bring that on my next live. I did actually pick up some from the grocery store, but I wasn't planning on really going live. It was a last minute thing, so I wasn't prepared. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm going to get this. Listen, I'm sorry. You guys, I actually do have a big fear of. Okay, hold on. So anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? See, the key to mosquitoes are you have to act like you're not watching them, but keep them in the corner of your eye. That's the key to a mosquito. Because for some reason, I thought about it. Mosquitoes are so tiny. When they see your eyes, it looks like an eye the size of a building. So I think I'm being clever, but they see me watching them. So I know it's right here hovering around. I saw it. All I have to do is act like I'm ignoring it and put a lot of breath in the air, and it's going to come and try to come to the source. I'm a skilled mosquito hunter. And honestly, if I didn't have this mic in my hands, this mosquito would be DEAD. Oh God, I swear on that one. Anyway, y'all. Okay. Somebody Mirna said, Tisa, probably the next time we're going to be seeing you is underneath a net protecting you from mosquitoes. Listen, where did I go to? I went to, was it Panama or Cuba one time where I literally slept under a net the whole time. Literally. But the net, because I didn't know mosquito nets, I thought they popped up. And the housekeeper was like, oh, we found a mosquito net, but apparently it's supposed to hang from like a little thing in the ceiling, but there wasn't one for whatever reason, right? So I literally slept with a mosquito net like a mummy shroud. I was in a tomb. I slept like this, and the mosquito net was over me like it was over me like a sheet. It looked like I literally was entombed. It was over me like a sheet. And again, they were just like, yeah. And I still woke up with mosquito bites because apparently with mosquito nets, there needs to be a little bit of distance because mosquitoes can still land on the net and go through. So yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. But enough about my adventures in mosquitoing. Enough about that. What we really need to focus on is the Diddy stuff. I'm sorry to distract everybody with that stuff. Anyway, let's get into these things. Aisha La Volette Gambrel. Hello, Miss Gambrel. Said, hey, TT, yeah, Diddy is done. I can't wait to see him under the prison for life. I want him convicted of all the crimes that he committed, especially the alleged murkings. Baby, I'm waiting. And here's what the thing is. This is how I know that Enterprise letter was not a good thing because Diddy didn't leak nothing. Diddy been sitting there on mute. Diddy screaming into the wind. I hope Diddy is held accountable. But you know what also? I hope his co-conspirators are held accountable because he couldn't have did this alone. Diddy could not 100% have done this alone at all. And baby, we need to actually make sure that Diddy stays there. And by we, I mean the prosecutors, because I know ain't anything we could do except for have a live or two, but it's important that we actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, what I want to know is, where did this mosquito come from? I have all the windows and doors set, and I make sure before I come into this room, I keep it shut. I literally, these mosquitoes getting bold. They are getting bold. They are trying to have a freak off while I'm on live. And anyway, there was one other thing I had to tell you guys in Diddy. Diddy is demanding that he wants the 300 jurors to write in questionnaires for the Border to see if they are biased or not. He also is demanding that he doesn't want to turn over any evidence over to the government. I know the government's looking at Diddy like, all right, have it your way. You still going down. You are still going down. And in case you guys listen, I am actually getting freaked out by this. I really have to go and kill this mosquito. I'm going to try to go live later and talk about what's going on in the Jay-Z stuff and maybe do a live where we talk about some funny stuff because all this gloom or doom is just getting to me. Anyway, y'all, it's going to be a heavy upload day. Let me know what you think in the comments. If I don't see y'all till Monday, have a great weekend. Bye. And you guys, whoever is praying this mosquito lives, baby, it's about to die. I might even put a picture up on Instagram.